Hi friends, strangers, internet. My name is Emily. I love color makeup and colorful language. And welcome back to the imperfectly spooky season. I am doing looks mostly for Instagram, but maybe for some YouTube shorts and YouTube videos as well. So this is why I'm decked out in a grungy witch look. And we do things imperfectly over here, and we are always trying to embrace imperfection and let go of the people-pleasing and perfectionist in me. But today is all about single eyeshadows. I have not done an overhead style swatching single eyeshadow video in I feel like a very long time. I have a bunch of new eyeshadows, mostly from Terra Moons Cosmetics, but also a couple from Lethal Cosmetics. And I thought I would just go through and give you a whole palette worth of swatches, because these are basically all multichromes, duochromes, just fun eyeshadows. The Lethal multichromes are probably the newest of this batch, but it is new to me Terra Moons and new to me Lethal, and I have been playing with them a lot. Like, a lot of my spooky Halloween looks have been featuring some Terra Moons shades, just because I cannot stop reaching into this, and also some Lethal shades. So I just wanted to go through and swatch them. I am testing out my ring light tripod capabilities, so it might not be perfect in terms of angle and stability and stuff, but if y'all like it, then I will continue using this tripod. It's been a challenge trying to figure out a new setup without buying an expensive tripod that is not really moving friendly. Anyway, I love single eyeshadows, I love multichromes, I love duochromes, I love sparkly shadows, and these are two brands that I adore in terms of formulas. So I just want to show them off, and I'm gonna try to talk through what I can as I'm swatching. But if you have any questions about specific shades, formulas, whatever, definitely leave them in the comments, because I've only had these for a little while. So while I have been playing with them and seeing about first impressions, I'm happy to answer questions, especially as I gather more information. So if you like colorful makeup, if you like bitches with lots of opinions, or you just like cute cat babes, I hope you will subscribe and stay watching for a lovely, luxurious swatch fest.
So these are my new eyeshadow additions. These are not from the newest release from Terra Moons that was just kind of revealed recently, but it's a mix of some of the older releases, and I decided to just rearrange them in a color grouping. So we're seeing that, and we also have a couple of the multichromes from Lethal at the top. And as always, because this question gets asked, the magnetic spatula is from the Artistry Kit Company. Also, I tended to keep the hand motion in these swatches at my regular speed so that you could see the shifts a little easier. Some of the other footage is sped up, like pulling the shadows from the palettes, showing the names and shadows, etc. I pulled descriptions from the Lethal Cosmetics and Terra Moons Cosmetics websites for how they describe each shadow. So I'm going to read those as we go through and add any thoughts along the way. So the first shade up is from Lethal Cosmetics, and it is Antimatter. It's a multichrome with a sparkly finish and a translucent base that shifts from red, pink, orange, gold to light green. This definitely reminds me of the Red Giant, Cleona Ray kind of genre of shadow, and it is a beautiful one. You will also see as we go through the video that I lower the lighting on the ring light and turn it off so that you can see the shades in all kinds of light sources. The next shadow is Aphelion. It's a multichrome with a sparkly finish and translucent base that shifts from silver, light gold, light green to pink. Definitely gives me mostly a green to pink shift on my face and my eyes. I've been using it as a face highlighter quite a bit. I have no complaints. The third shadow from Lethal Cosmetics is Parsec. This is a multichrome with a sparkly metallic finish that shifts from pink, gold, turquoise to lilac. This is a beautiful pastel multichrome, and it definitely has some body to it, some thickness in a way that the first two and the last lethal shade are more of a finer mill. This one is a little bit more emollient. The same is true for Singularity, which is the next shade up. It's also a pastel style multichrome. It's a multichrome with a sparkly metallic finish that shifts from lavender, blue, turquoise to gold. This is another spectacular shade. I raved about both of these lethal shades in my Spookin' the Vibes palette video, and yeah, I love them. The final shade from Lethal is one of the two black-based multichromes of their newer release. This is like your ultimate grungy fall look. It's called Magnitude. It's a multichrome with a metallic finish that shifts from red, pink, gold, lime green to emerald green. It's in the range of the smolder kind of colors, but I do think this one goes almost a little bit more green than some of the others. It feels just like grungy without being so black based. The first shadow from Terra Moons is Moontide. It has an indigo violet base that shifts light blue, lavender, and pink with hints of silver. This is a beautiful shade that I've really waited a long time for, and I'm so happy to have. Moontide definitely has a more emollient texture and kind of goes a long way. So when I notice those things, I'll call them out. I will definitely say I have a variety of textures in the Terra Moons shadows. Some of these are their chameleons, some of them are their duochromes, so I'm not sure exactly how that lines up. Cosmic Dancer is a gray-based multichrome that shifts blue, green, and purple. The third shade is Reign of Terra. It's a violet blue chameleon that shifts blue, orange, and gold. This is another one that has a lot of body to it. It was really a swatch that just wanted to keep going. And I kind of love how you can like see the like periwinkle edges. It's a beautiful shadow. Chasing Comets is next. It's a purple chameleon shadow with blue, green, and gold shifts with a blue-purple base. I feel like these purples really exemplify why I was really excited for these Terra Moon shadows, because they are multichromatic without having those black bases. Yeah. Helix Nebula is a deep blue-purple chameleon with gold, green, and orange shifts. The berry purple blue gives it this like grungy, steely kind of look. Definitely more grungy, but still impactful and vibrant. Next, we're heading into the peach pink world. First up, we have Terrestrial. It is a fuchsia berry with yellow, gold, blue, and green shifts. It definitely feels more peach to me, but I have not put this on my eyes yet. But holy fuck balls, this swatch. This is another shadow that had a lot of body to it, and it was more emollient, and like that swatch just wanted to keep going and going and going. So this is like peachy berry perfection. I really need to put this on my eyes very soon. It's a very smooth texture, and you'll see, like, I feel like we have a variety of like more smooth, shiny, and more flaky, sparkly kind of textures. Next up is Vela Supernova. It's a deep berry multichrome with orange, green, and pink shifts. I used this on my eye recently in my Pink Panther, Pink Pussycat look, and this is so beautiful. Again, I think the fact that there are more multichromes that exist on the market that are not black based, that are gray or some other base to them, it makes me so excited because they're colorful and shiny and shifty, but it's not as intense to work with. And you can see the way there's like some coppery tones that come out in this, and like, but also I keep staring at Terrestrial, and yeah. Axis is a surprise. Again, I need to use this more on my eyes, like a full eye look, but I thought this was just going to be like an orange with blue sparklies and pink sparklies, but this is orangey. So Terra Moons describes it as an orangey coral with blue and pink shifts. It really hits the hot pink. It really like gives me an almost neon, like pink to orange shift. It's also sparkly. It's not as like emollient and smooth as terrestrial. It's also not as like flaky as some of the other shades that I have. It's a surprise hit for sure. Starburst, holy fuckballs. So Terra Moons describes Starburst as a pink, green, gold, lilac, sparkly shadow. This is so beautiful. I think of it more purple in my head, but it's definitely pink to purple. I've seen it reflect almost come like to a peachy gold. It has the shine of a shadow like Good God from the brand that I no longer support. It's definitely a different color than Good God or some other shades from that brand, but it has the shine of that. It is spectacular. Another spectacular one is Celestial Petal. This is a pale pink with blue and purple shifts. This is like a dream one shadow, sparkly, glossy, air quotes, wet eye look kind of shadow for me. It's also spectacular as a high intensity face highlight. I was shocked at how excited I was for Starburst and for Celestial Petal. I just realized I was talking about Celestial Petal, not Starburst. I'm also going to do a palm swatch because I realized that spot on my hand, as you go further in swatching, I feel like you don't get as much of the shine. And so while it's an awkward angle, I thought these two swatches of Celestial Petal on the bottom and Starburst on top might help more. I am definitely in love with those shadows. I love this whole row. I love this whole palette. What am I saying? So this color Euphoria is one of the two iridescent shades that I picked up from Terra Moons. My first ever order from Terra Moons was heavy on the iridescence. So this one I tried to go with less with iridescence. Euphoria is also spectacular. It shifts magenta gold and has hints of blue green. It is so pretty. It's so intense. I've been using it as a face highlighter on the regular, and I wanted to compare it to Zero Gravity because I give Zero Gravity a lot of love. It is one of those shadows that freaks out the camera, and Euphoria did the same thing from the very first moment I used it. And you can see, so Zero Gravity really goes like purple. It flashes purple. And Euphoria just has a little bit more variety to it and more body in the actual shadow. So I'm very happy with Euphoria. This is Lightspeed. Lightspeed is a baby yellow with blue and purple shifts. Now, in the hand swatch, the yellow in this really does like show the fuck up. I have found that this wants to go more pinky purpley blue, even on top of a yellow matte shadow. So I'm not mad about Lightspeed at all, but I think that I would keep that in mind if you're really looking for yellow. Next up is the second iridescent I picked up. This is Time Shift, and this shifts green, blue, gold with hints of purple. Now, I picked this up kind of hoping, I heard that it was very close to Terra Moons Light Year, and I have major pan on that, and I thought, oh, I should try a different shadow and just like, you know, this to me reads more yellow, and I have a harder time getting the green. It's still beautiful, but I wanted to show you, so I pulled out Saturn's Rings and Light Year because Saturn's Rings is more of like a yellowy iridescent to me, and then Light Year is more of that yellow green, and so you could just see them all compared. Light Year is on the left and Saturn's Rings is on the right. I love them all, if I'm being honest. Or actually, I would say I love Time Shift and Light Year. I actually don't reach for Saturn's Rings as often. But gosh, you could see how yellow light speed shows up on my hand. But I have a hard time picking that up on the face. We are heading into green territory, and we're doing groups of 4 now. So we have Neutron Star. It's a yellow green with a baby pink shift, and I could probably compare this, like in my head, this feels like Cleona Courtyard, but a little more amplified. Cleona Courtyard feels a little bit too soft and almost white in my opinion. This feels like a nice pastel, but Coalescence is that bitch. It's a chartreuse green multichrome with pink, gold, and green shifts. This is another one of those formulas that is flaky but emollient, and you see how reflective it gets as you like spread it and smush it with your finger. So Coalescence is if you want that yellow green to pink shift that smacks you in your fucking face, get Coalescence. If you want something that's a little softer, get Neutron Star. But like I love Coalescence. I love it so much. Next up we have Quasar, which is a bright lime green with pink and purple shifts. This gives me less of a lime green and more of like a minty turquoise. It's a really pretty color. It reminds me of like CL and Ripple from Cleona. Definitely give me that pastel multichrome kind of feel. But I know myself, and I'm probably going to reach for the other colors first because I like the yellow greens. Space Case is a gray base multichrome that shifts yellow, green, blue, and has hints of purple. This is also more of an emollient texture. I think this would be a really cool one shadow look all over the eyes. It's kind of like that brown based green multichrome. I'm not going to say it's wildly unique, even to my own collection, but I was curious to see just how green it got. So you can see it compared to some of the like more saturated or pastel greens. It's still a beautiful little quad of greens, and I love catching the purple in Quasar. I think that's a really pretty little shift happening there. As I'm watching this to do the voiceover, I'm like, damn bitch, you left a lot of green footage in there. I did. So next up we have Radiation. This is a color that has been on my mind for a long time. It's a bright green base shadow that shifts gold and teal with hints of peach. So this is the Cosmic Chameleon formula from Terra Moons, and this was like one of their first like bright multichrome or bright shadow from I think a couple of years ago now. And I kind of hated on them because I felt like they were overpriced for what the shifts look like actually. And I agree with that, but I've had Radiation on my mind for so long that I'm glad I got it. Get it on sale. But also if you love green, yeah. Phases is a bright green with yellow, gold, and teal shift. Phases is so I think a couple of the ones that I'm talking about, like I think Neutron Star, Phases, some of these are the less expensive, like $8 duochromes. So I picked them up to kind of compare and see, and I'm not mad that I have them, but I don't know how often I'll be reaching for Phases. Galactic Mint is another one of those. I think it was one of the lower priced greens. This is a deep greenish teal with a hint of yellow green. This is another like thick emollient boy. As you can see, the swatch really went. And it's really pretty. I think it definitely veers on that teal side, but I'm happy to have it. La Lune. La Lune is a green bronze pink chameleon shadow with a deep teal base. Again, we're talking grungy, we're talking smoky, just like there's something about these like funky based shadows that aren't, where they're not gray, they're not black, but like it's just a really fun color to work with. I put this on top of some red shadows and it was so cool to play with. It again feels like one of those like grungy one shadow multichromes. So yeah, after a lot of talk about La Lune, I'm very happy to have it. How many times have I said that in this video? Probably a lot. Next up we have Shattered Stars. It's a light greenish blue chameleon shadow that shifts pink, gold, purple, and teal. I haven't put this on my eyes yet, but I think it's interesting how it looks like almost silver taupe because of like how shifty it is. Like I don't see the green in it in the moment, but I'm not mad about it. It's just more of like a purpley tone to me. This is Moon Mist. I believe this is another one of the more affordable shades. This is a seafoam green with blue and purple shifts. This had a very flaky texture. It reminds me of the Candy Exploders from Divina, but with more body, and so it's easier to work with. Same is true for Counting Stars. It's a light blue. Counting Stars is a light blue chameleon with purple and green shifts. These are both giving me that pastel duochrome kind of effect. Like I said, the like flaky, shifty Candy Exploders, but I think these feel like they have they're a little easier to work with because they're still flaky and sparkly, but they hold together more. So, you know, those two aren't, but you see how the light catches the purple in that middle swatch in Moon Mist? My heart. So while I'm sitting here like, I didn't need them, I'm still happy to have them, realistically. And I'm saving the, I don't know if I might call it the best for last. This is the Cosmos. The Cosmos is an extreme multichrome shade that has a large mica particle size. According to Terra Moon, it shifts light blue, lavender, green, and gold. And I feel like I did not capture the magic because of the placement and everything. I used this for the water fairy look that I did. I used the Cosmos for my wings in a stencil and like the curvature of my face just had all of it like really goes greeny yellow and purple and like lavender purple and light blue. It's a very flaky formula. It's emollient but flaky. So like, I would definitely say that like you might find there to be a bit of a learning curve to work with it. I'm afraid to like part of me wants to like dig in and just like make the biggest, most delicious swatch. And the other part of me wants to save it to put it on my eyes. But I am going to do a palm swatch of it, and you can see how it catches that turquoise. It's so beautiful. It really, I love it. I fucking love the Cosmos. So from the Swatch Fest and everything, I do feel like the Cosmos, Coalescence, Celestial Petal, Starburst, Moontide, and Reign of Terra are probably my current top 5. Did I say? I think I said 6. And that's not even talking about Lethal. But like, I'm really happy. And now we're going to go into the outro, where I talk more about being happy.
I hope you enjoyed those swatches as much as I did. I am the purple, pink, green colors all together. I mean, there's a little turquoise, a little, but like those are my happy place. So I'm very happy to have this precious palette of delight added to my collection. As I said in the intro, do not be shy in comments with any questions, anything you want to know more about, and I'm happy to answer those questions. And if you did like this format and you are excited to see more in this realm of palette building, swatching, all of that, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, leave me a comment, like let me know, because I would love to hear from y'all. Take care of yourself better today than you did yesterday. And thank you again for spending a bit of your day with me. And thank you to my patrons and my channel members. And yes, I had completely forgotten what an outro is. So there we go. Bye, y'all.